Original.
Hello and welcome to Web Crawlers. This is a very exciting Friday mini episode because we have psychic Heather Auble in the house, and she is going to tell us who knows what. I mean, I'm not psychic, so I can't predict the episode, but she's going to maybe give us some info on our lives, tell us our spirit animals, I believe. Anyways, I'm Allie Siegel.
I'm Melissa Stetton.
And I'm producer Maria.
Maria, you introduced us to Heather. How did you meet her, come across her?
So she was a guest on the We Need to Talk About Britney podcast with Jen Zaborowski. It's another Erios podcast. And she came on and I was just setting up the Zoom for them because I'm not part of the podcast. I just helped record it. And Heather came on and I was like, hey, is everything cool? Like, I'm going to record. And she stopped me in my tracks and she said, you've got horses all around you. And I said, excuse me. And she said, your spirit animal is a horse. You've got horses all around you. And I started sweating. I couldn't believe it. And so then after the episode, I emailed her and I said, would you want to come on Web Crawlers and kind of talk about spirit animals, give the girls some insight into what their spirit animals could be? Because spirit animals are something we talk about. She's got Native American heritage, I believe.
Oh, cool.
And so we can talk to her about all that and yeah, kind of see how that relates to her being a psychic.
My grandmother's first husband was Native American. I can't remember what tribe. And so my mom's, both her half siblings are half Native American.
Wow.
Unfortunately, they have all passed away. So
she's here if we want to let her in.
Let's
amazing.
Do it.
Hi, Heather. How are you?
Good.
Is that a Blondie shirt that you're wearing?
It is.
I love that.
Nice.
That's so awesome.
I'm wearing it because she is my spirit animal.
I love her so much. Me too. She's amazing. Maria said that you guys met on the Britney podcast, but how would you define yourself as like a psychic or what would you say?
Well, I've been around forever, so I say psychic. I think my skills are such that I am a psychic. A lot of people say intuitive. A lot of people say spiritual advisor, all these kinds of titles. I've been doing this since the age of 5.
Wow.
But basically, it's organic to me. It comes to me in visions. I'm no bullshit. I'm just a psychic.
Yeah.
And I'm also thinking of dropping spiritual advisor because it's so fucking trendy right now. Can I curse? I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
For it. Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So it's so fucking trendy right now. All this healing, all this culture of, I was just thinking about it when you guys were having me on of the whole spirit animal culture and how kind of trendy and sad and exploitative it is in a way of the native culture. It's like a game now. Like, who's your spirit animal?
Yeah, it's like a BuzzFeed quiz or something.
Right. Like which Barbie doll is your favorite, or which spirit animal do you, and it's like, I'm kind of into the fact that we're talking about it today because it's so much deeper and it's so much about a state of higher consciousness, and which is what psychic ability is and which is what healing is. And I feel like we're on this rampant healing trend and we're losing sight of the fact that we all are meant to obtain a state of higher consciousness. And that's what this is about.
Yeah.
You guys caught me on a rant today.
No, super into it.
Love it.
We love, that's what this is all about, is ranting. You mentioned the spirit animal thing. And like you said, it's such kind of like an overused buzzword and misused buzzword right now. How would you really define that?
Well, for me, so I was born on an Indian reservation called Hoopa in Northern California. I'm very, I mean, like any woman, I don't like to say my age, but I'm much older than most of you guys. And so it was in the days, my parents were hippies coming off the hippie culture. We were on this back to the land movement where everything for us was about the earth and the earth as our guide. And so you lived off the land. So with the earth as your God, then of course, and we lived on the reservation with the natives.
Wow.
And so we were taught all of their beliefs, their ways of life, qualities. And basically, when you have the earth as your God, then you look to the land, you look to the animals, you look to the water, the sky, the earth, everything to be a guide for you. And that's where spirit guides come in. Yeah, exactly. And so basically, if you're a spirit guide, spirit animal, whatever, you start to basically understand and feel energy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which you guys understand. I see you're both in tune. I can feel your energy. But basically, the spirit animal finds you. You don't find it, right?
Right.
So that's the first thing you have to understand. So like, in today's times, with all this oversaturation of healers and trendiness and whatever, it's like you're going to be like, well, I think black cats are cute, so like that's my spirit animal. You know what I mean? It's like it kind of doesn't work like that. You see what I'm saying? It's like they come to you in a time of need, right? They come to you in a time of maybe deep introspection.
Mm-hmm.
They come to you in a time of when you need to be guided.
Yeah.
Right. For me, it was the sea otter, right? Which is kind of really random one. And I was like, I think 6 years old, and we were at the Monterey Bay Aquarium, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys probably have a similar feeling within you where you were like, because I was a deeply depressed child, deeply introspective and depressed and weird and all that. And it was like on the reservation, we did sweat lodges.
Oh, cool.
Right?
Wow.
Of course. And so, what's that, Sweet? Sorry.
She said, wow.
I just said, wow.
She said, wow. I said, cool. And she said, wow.
So like
Love
I'm
a sweat lodge.
Sorry, I don't want to ever interrupt, but like, so I'm just keep going. But anyway, so the sweat lodge, like I'd be like 6 in these sweat lodges and stuff. So I had taken a sweat probably the day before, and we live in the middle of nowhere. So like the Bay Area is like 4 or 5 hours away. And it was like an extremely eventful thing for us to ever go to a city or to see like a store, a market, or a traffic light, or like any of that kind of stuff, right? Because we lived off the land. So like for me to see, it was all just very epic, like seeing a traffic light, or seeing a movie theater, or seeing pavement, like practically, right?
Yeah.
So like I went to the aquarium, and it was just so mind-blowing, all the beautiful sea animals and everything like that. And so I had this sort of epiphany when I saw the otters. It was like my soul opened up, and I felt the energy of this otter entering my soul, and it's like, it was a moment, you know what I mean? When you have those moments of clarity, or an aha moment, as Oprah says, or like this moment of pure consciousness with God or universe or whatever, in which the otter and I became one. And I was like, well, I mean, that's my spirit animal. And we will have like one main spirit animal, and then in the culture,
I don't know why I'm crying. I'm like crying over
oh my God. And then so we identify with the qualities of the animal, right? Mm-hmm. So for me, I'm cute, I'm cuddly, I like to eat a lot, I roll around on my back, I hold hands with everybody. My husband gets pissed all the time. He's like, why are you hugging that person? Why are you touching that person? Why are you holding hands with them? It's like, because I love to like cuddle and touch, and I love to eat little treats. And I mean, it's like, I'm exactly an otter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I love the ocean. It's like, so my whole life I'm an otter. But then we have like, you guys can interrupt me at any time. I'm sorry. So anyway, that's like the gist of it, is it finds you. And so that's how my otter found me. And then at 6, I was like, okay, I'm an otter. but then there's like 9 other animals. We can get into all that, but I'll stop talking. I'll let you guys.
Is that called like your totem or something? Like I've heard this like vaguely talk about. Is that like your animal totem of like the other animals that you relate to or what?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And they come to you along your life path. There's many different theories and among tribes and stuff, but basically they come to you along your path and guide you toward during whatever situation you're in. Like, for instance, you're having a baby. Well, maybe then you'd have like a bunny or a frog come to you because they're related to fertility and birthing and children. And you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's awesome. I have one question just because like I'm always curious about this when we have a psychic on before I ask my other question. But you said that like you started feeling like your psychic energy or intuition when you were around like 5 or so. How did that feel?
Yeah.
Or was that scary? Or what was that? Or did you embrace it since your culture kind of embraces it? Or what was that like?
Well, for me, I didn't get scared of it until my teenage years. Mm-hmm. But like when I was a kid, everybody was so free loving and free about everything and in a state of higher consciousness already, right? So it was just sort of de rigueur, right? It's like no big deal.
Yeah.
But I would be like, oh, I feel that like grandma's going to die tomorrow. Or I'd be like, oh, you're pregnant with a little girl. Or, you know, stuff like that. And it would be like not that big of a deal. But then we moved to a legit town, right? We moved to this place called Lake Tahoe. And I was hit with reality. And so I became like a punk rocker. I did a bunch of drugs. I was like really scared of my life. And, you know, it was a really dark, difficult time for me. And I was just basically like afraid of my gifts, afraid of everything. But I was still a seeker. You know, I was still reading a lot of books and, you know, like I read Siddhartha at 13 and I was like, I saw the light, you know what I mean? Stuff like that.
That's awesome.
So yeah, I don't even know what I just answered. Did I answer your question?
I'm content regardless. So I think you said Maria, is this correct that you had horse energy?
Well, yeah. So when you were on, we need to talk about Brittany, and I was the producer. You said you're surrounded by horses, and I remember you said that, and then I was like, wow, that's so interesting. I've never heard that before because I haven't really had, you know, a connection to horse. I've actually been kind of afraid of horses, you know, my life because they're so big and like robust. And you were like, no, I think that's your spirit animal. So could you talk maybe, and maybe you're not seeing a horse anymore. Now you're like, well, now I see like a worm or something. Can you like how you see that or how that comes to you or?
Yeah. So sometimes, and that's a good point, Maria, is that sometimes a spirit animal you can be afraid of them. Okay. They can come into your path and perhaps bite you like a dog or something. Like it can be like a wake up, right? You get bit by a dog and you're like, whoa, or a panther, whatever, something scratches you. You're like, or a snake bites you. It's like, oh, that's my spirit animal. What? You know? And it's interesting that you say you're somewhat afraid of a horse. First of all, a horse means a change in direction. Okay. So you're trotting along and then you change path. Okay. It's also that you can be stuck in a pin, right? So you have the need for freedom. You have the need for change. You have the need to change directions. Right. And I see you have this need to roam right now. And you haven't been. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
And so that my psychic eye is usually guided by an animal. So I will go into meditation prior to a reading, right? So all psychics and spiritual, you know, I'm not downing on my community. I'm just saying like it's just getting crazy lately. That's all I'm saying. But my community, God bless anyone who's trying to heal anyone. It's like, that's great, right? But for me personally, my process is I meditate and then I ask God, I say God or universe for messages And then I receive some messages. And then when I see the person, I will see the animal. Right. And so then that animal guides me into my reading. So the horse would guide me into my reading for you. And then from there, I see this, there's a male figure around you.
Really?
Yes. So this is like, you've had loss, right?
I mean, not recently, but I mean.
Is that Allie?
Yeah.
Right.
Is it a younger,
lost
is it a male, is it like a younger male figure?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that was recent, right?
Yeah. He comes through in all my readings. That's so crazy.
Yeah. Is that your brother, honey?
No, he's like a really good family friend.
Right.
No, his name was David, but I do have some questions about him.
Oh,
I know you.
Oh.
Yeah, I know you do.
We're going to have to bleep that name out.
He listens.
Yeah,
wow.
because see, that's what all you're thinking about is.
That's wild. Yeah, she
That's
is.
funny.
Yeah.
I know. Because that's like all the time you're talking to me, you're actually just thinking about. And I'm not
Wow.
offended. I'm not offended because this guy is on your mind.
Okay, so does he like me back?
Totally. 100%.
Really?
But he's represented by the lion. So he's like very powerful, very strong-willed. He's a leader, right?
Yeah.
So you have to let him lead.
Hmm.
Okay. So you can't be like, it's hard for me with a 3 Zoom. I'm probably going to be reading stuff off of all of you and getting it all wrong person. But basically, so Allie, he's a lion. So you have to play hard to get.
And yeah, I've been leading the situation so that
I know. And that's what's fucked up. And so what you have to do is this. When he texts, you don't text back.
okay.
You time it. For 3 hours. You have to promise me.
Okay,
Wait 3 hours to text back.
I trust you with my life. I'll do it.
I'll do anything.
And then here's the other thing.
Okay.
When sometimes you wait for him when he texts back, wait for a double text back. That means he's obsessed with you. So you see what I'm saying? If he texts back and he's all, "Hey girl, what's up?" And then you don't reply, and then he gets another one. "Hey, what's going on?"
Okay.
You get 2 from him. He's in
then
love.
I'm in the game. Okay.
Then you have the ball.
Wow. I really am transparent, aren't I?
No,
Why doesn't
you're not.
he want to commit? What is his? Because we do get the sense that they do like each other, but he's just so standoffish about like even saying he likes her at all.
Yeah.
It's so strange.
Yeah, but he does. Is he a footballer? Who has the football?
Footballer.
Football.
Does he play soccer?
Not that I know of.
Okay, there's someone in heaven with a football. All right, I don't know. Okay,
I don't know
that's
about
distracting me.
All of us come from very unathletic families. We're all
Yeah.
like,
Okay, this is a grandfather footballer.
I had a grandfather who was a baseball player. He played minor league baseball. He could have thrown a football around, but it was baseball with a sport.
I'm picking up some stuff on you. Is that Jay?
Oh, I have a brother named Jay.
J-A?
Yeah, well, Jason is my brother's name.
J and A.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's alive though.
Well, I guess I'm reading Allie today.
That's fine. I'm the one who's most into it, so that's what I'm into it.
But I don't know if we're going to be able to air Allie.
Yeah. As long as we bleep out the name, we're fine.
Yeah. I'll bleep out
except
the
when
name.
you don't text him back after 2 texts. Because
It'll be like 3 hours. Yeah, you timed exactly 3 hours. Do you have a perception of my spirit animal or any of our quote unquote spirit animals?
Hold on one sec. Spam risk. My boyfriend is calling. He stalks me. Spam risk. Okay, sorry. So what was the question?
Are spirit animals by chance? Do you have any like perception of those for us?
Are you Scorpio?
I'm a Pisces. I'm a double Pisces Scorpio.
Because yours is the serpent.
Ooh, okay.
You are represented by the serpent. And this is also, and also a little bit of cat mixed in there. Okay.
Interesting. Okay. I like that.
You're very mysterious. Okay. And so that's why I'm like, why are you giving away the book with this guy? So who took away your power recently? First of all,
I mean, that's a whole other story that I've been doing a lot of healing for. But yeah, I know. Yeah.
I know. Was it a husband? Was it a husband or like a husband?
No, it was a long-term relationships. And then I would say at a period of addiction.
Right. Right. And it was his addiction, right?
Yes, which then translated to my addiction.
Yeah, honey. Your power was taken away.
Yes.
Okay. So I want you to understand that that is the past.
Okay.
Okay. This is not you anymore.
Yeah.
You don't exist in that space anymore. Okay.
Okay.
You are a butterfly now. You're becoming a butterfly. This is the new you. So no one's going to hurt you or leave you like that happened before. You see, what happened in the past is the past. So don't be afraid of that. If not this, someone else, someone great, someone beautiful. You are worthy. It's a new you. You're a butterfly.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah.
Right?
Yes. Yeah. That is something I have to shed.
But you are shedding.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Serpent knows shit. Ear to the ground, right? You understand what's going on. So trust your intuition, you see, right?
Yeah.
And you also have the ability to kick someone's ass, right? Like wring their neck. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Get back into your power.
Yes.
Know how goddamn gorgeous and sexy and awesome you are.
Thank you.
And just, if this guy ain't got time, well, neither do you. Because your spirit animal finds you. You don't find it. Your man finds you. You don't find it.
Ooh,
so my advice is stop contacting him. Stop contacting him and see if he comes to you.
Yes. Okay.
And that's it.
Interesting.
Because there's also around you two men. Okay. Two men.
Okay.
One is in August. And I don't know if it's the same guy.
Do we know when his birthday is?
Yes, unfortunately, I know exactly when his birthday is because it's his birthday.
It is?
Well, no, his is not August.
I got May 18th.
My birthday's May 16th.
Maria.
Oh, girl.
Maria.
Maria.
This flirtation's finally going to come to fruition. Interesting. Okay.
Well, I get dates clearly. I mean, I had told a realtor her house was going to sell on a specific date. And she called me 2 days before and said, oh, it hasn't sold. And I said, is it the date? And she said, no. And then 2 days later, it sold. That one was a mind blower. She called me. She was like, you are a witch. You are a fucking witch.
You witch. How dare you?
You at the stake. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, I'm writing that date down. We'll have to see. Something's gonna happen then.
And then how about for Melissa? Do you see anything?
Melissa.
Melissa's a vault.
Melissa.
Oh no.
You're too nice. You're too nice.
Oh, thank you.
You're like a little deer. You're just a deer.
Ooh, just prancing around.
You are prancing. You're a traveler. Well, you would like to be a traveler. I don't know if you've been anywhere yet.
Oh,
have you?
I've been a lot of places actually the past few years.
You need this in your life forever. Okay. Mm-hmm, you are going to be the consummate traveler. Okay. Mm-hmm. You need to travel. Deers need to travel.
Oh, okay.
In addition, you are at the risk of being hunted a lot. Okay. Meaning taken advantage of sometimes. Right. Mm-hmm. So make sure, like I said, you're not too nice to people and they take advantage of you. Right. So that, and you're also very beautiful, filled with grace and elegance and sometimes difficult to catch.
Ah, interesting.
Do you play hard to get?
Melissa's good at it. Remember that email you sent when you told that guy you were a nice lady? I mean, she's married now, but I could learn tips from Melissa.
Yeah. Yeah, I play hard to get a lot. Very hard to nail down. Always.
That's why you're married. See, I'm married too, because we're hard to get. That's why you're married. Mhm.
I'm begging for it. I'm desperate for anyone to talk to me.
Just act like you hate him and they'll want to marry you.
That's true. That's true. That's so true. Just tell him I fucking hate you. And then
breaking down my door.
Oh my God. Okay. So yes, you're absolutely a horse. Not a horse, a deer. I got my other horse over here. So you guys are confusing me to hell. So it's like Zoom is so hard for me. So I've always done readings without seeing the person, right? Because the camera interferes with my visions. And that's not great for modern times, right?
Yeah, I can imagine.
So I've been teaching myself to read via Zoom. It's just fucking crazy because it's like I'm so into my mind and my altered consciousness that like the camera just fucks me up. So it's like all during pandemic, all during the last year, I've been like practicing. But it's also because I'm vain. I'm like, what do I look like right now?
It also must be hard with multiple people too on a Zoom and like not really knowing where the energy is coming from. And like the energy isn't probably as palpable, maybe.
Well, this first time is, you got a snake on your hand?
Yeah, you do have a snake on your hand,
Allie.
I've always loved snakes, just from like the Garden of Eden and like a symbol of like female like choice and intellect and like divinity and transformation. I've always loved snakes.
Okay, let's talk about this. That's exactly how one chooses a spirit animal. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
You say, I always have loved snakes. You have one tattooed on your hand, right? And then I intuit that for you.
It's
right?
crazy, yeah.
Because it's all around you. You have it tattooed on your hand.
Yeah. Even since I was a little girl, like other people were afraid of snakes. And I always like would want to go to like the snake part of the zoo. Like always love snakes.
Exactly. Oh God, my mom's calling. Hold on. No, Mom. So it's like you basically, it's that.
Yeah.
So I want to ask the other ladies, what did you feel? Well, we know what Maria felt, but what about you? It's Melissa, right?
Yes.
Melissa, what did you feel when I called out your spirit animal?
I like it because they're always like roaming around. They're very elusive. Right. You can't really get close to them, otherwise they run away. They're not very trusting of people.
Right.
But they're very elegant and they love prancing around and discovering.
Look at your delicate little limbs. They're like a deer.
I am very deer-like.
Yeah.
You are.
See, and that's the weird thing is you will favor that. It seems that you favor that animal, you know?
I do get excited when I see them because they're not around. They're not really in LA, but like if I ever
Aren't they magic?
Yeah.
Now, okay, never mind. Whatever. You guys are interviewing me. I'm not interviewing you. I'm sorry.
No, ask.
One of my
curious.
dreams was to be like a newscaster, you know, and be like, back to you in the studio.
100%, or like on radio.
Right? Isn't that so great? Isn't that like the best job? Or like a weather girl? Weather girl seems the best because it's like, what do you even do?
It's hard though. I didn't realize the green screen is like swapped in the back.
Yeah.
Like you have to like
really?
Everything's backwards. It's hard. I wanted to be a weather girl and then I realized like it's like mathematical. It's confusing.
Oh my God. I have a few weather girls as clients.
Oh, that's so fun.
Famous weather girls. And I'm jealous of them. I'm a Gemini. See, Geminis, we're all over the place. A Gemini otter.
A Gemini otter.
That's so cute.
I do love sea otters.
So basically, no ambition in life, no drive.
Just want to be on your back with some food on your belly. That's all you want.
Super confused. And then the Chinese sign is the boar. So talk about like just basically fat and lazy.
That's amazing. I have one question because we talked about, sorry, I'm like bringing it back to me again. My favorite activity.
Do it.
Please do.
We talked about the snake and you said I'm a little bit of cat too. What is the cat spirit animal?
So cat, the thing is right now, see, like we talked about the 9 totems of like where you're at right now, and then your overall animal, right?
Yeah.
So your overall is serpent. And then right now you're a little bit of the cat. And this is very skittish, right?
Ooh.
You're very skittish and you're kind of like hiding and you're not warming up to people, right?
Oh, yeah, 100%. That's completely accurate. Yeah.
And that's because you're coming out of the darkness.
Yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh.
When you're coming out of the darkness, you're not really inclined to be like, hey, can't wait to hang out. Everything's groovy. I'm social. I'm fabulous.
Yeah.
You're internalizing things and you're contemplative and you're tender and you're sensitive.
Yeah,
right?
That's so true. Yeah.
Be that and evolve through it. But it's also like I say, sit with the pain,
Uh-huh.
Sit with the pain and let it flow through you and out of you, and then evolve
into
the butterfly.
Yeah.
And that is your next totem, you see.
Ooh, okay. Ooh,
so
like
you go from cat to butterfly.
Shit, I have good animals. Not gonna brag. Just gonna say I think I have the best animals. God, I don't know what other questions I have. Maria, Melissa, what do you?
It's just, I could just listen to you read us and talk to us forever.
Oh my God. It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure.
Do you have like a podcast, or if people wanted to reach you?
Oh yeah.
Or
I have a podcast called, what is it? Psych in the City. And
nice.
It is all I do is bullshit with people. And do whatever I want. So I'll read them a little. And then I do like this. We just talk about spirituality. And that one I'm kind of bored with. So I haven't done many episodes lately.
Yeah.
But if people want to check it out, I try to have like stars on and I interview them because like I said, I want to be like, Barbara Walters or something.
Yeah.
So for me, that's the format because I created the format. I'm like, I want to interview people, and then I'm pitching currently a TV show, which the concept is so fucking hilarious. And I wish I could tell you guys, but you're going to just die when it becomes a show because it will be sold.
Oh my God, I'm so excited for whatever it is. That.
And then, which it's a new take on the psychic genre, which is like, it's nothing you ever thought of and you would ever think of. And it's like going to blow everyone's mind. So it's not about like reading. It's not like about readings. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like a completely new twist.
Wow.
So that's going to be fun. That's going to be a blast. And then I just like put weird stuff on Instagram sometimes. My Instagram is Heather, or what is it? Heather Psychic, at Heather Psychic.
If people want to book a reading with you or something, are you doing that now? Do you have a website or should people just go to your Instagram?
Yes. Just email me at heather@heatherauble.com and it's AUBLE. Or you could call me, but that's a little creepy to get out my phone.
Don't give out your phone number.
Amazing. Well, this has been like so illuminating and so great. And also helps like with the stigma of I'm so sorry. And also my mic's being weird today. And also helps with the stigma of around the whole like spirit animal thing about it's not just, like a quiz, that you take on the internet or, I like birds, so now I'm a bird, that it's more spiritually significant, than that.
Right. I mean, I don't know about ayahuasca. Like, I don't take ayahuasca, but like, I'm sure if you did, you'd find out, you know, but it's just, what are you drawn to? Is there a dog that shows up every day and then you see a dog painting and then it's a dog this, a dog that? Look for signs. If you are open consciously, if you are in a state of higher consciousness, you're always going to see signs, synchronicities, things that happen and they make you go, what? I need to be thinking about that. God, universe is sending me in this direction. You know what I mean, guys?
Oh my God. Can I ask you one more question? I'm so sorry. Okay.
Yes.
So I've talked about this before. But we were talking about like signs and synchronicities
The
or
feathers.
symbols. Yes. So one of mine is like, if I'm on the right track, I ask my guides to show me feathers. And so I see, feathers around like, pretty consistently. Recently, when I've been asking to see feathers, I've been seeing dead birds, like dead bird carcasses. And I'm wondering, like, am I in commune with the devil now? Like, what's happened to me?
Okay, so dead bird, this is rebirth. Okay, your life as you know it is dead. You are experiencing a new life now, but you need to tell the universe that you never want to see one again, so it never comes back into your conscious, into your environment, right? So say, I'm never seeing a dead bird again. Just tell the universe.
Because it's happened twice in a row now where I'm like, I'd like to see a feather, and then I see like a dead bird carcass, and I'm like, this is not the same track we used to be on. Okay. All right.
The universe is getting the wrong kind of message, but it's like, sometimes we have to be specific in our wants.
Yes.
If you say like, I want a new man, but you don't explain what you want him to be like, he could just be this real loser.
Totally. Yeah. All right. Okay. Right. Good to know. I thought for a second, I was like, all right, I'm possessed or something's crazy happening. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on. We'll have to have you come on again if we're not too crazy for you. And we really appreciate it.
You guys are adorable. Thank you.
Have a good rest of the day. We appreciate it.
She's so cool.
Yeah.
Anyways, that was super incredible, super illuminating. Lot about our spirit animals, lot about my love life with names bleeped out. You'll just have to, we're talking about Channing Tatum.
Channing. I'm bleeping out Channing.
We're bleeping out Channing Tatum. Anyways, super incredible. So glad to have her on. If you guys have any questions, maybe you can email them to us, and then maybe we can have Heather on again sometime to answer listener questions. Would be kind of a cool episode.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, I am Allie Siegel, the butterfly.
I am Melissa. Yeah, I am Melissa, the deer Stetton.
And I'm Maria. I'm not quite sure if
you're a horse anymore.
Maybe a horse.
Sure.
Could be a horse.
Not like a bug.
Yeah. All right. Adios, guys.
Bye.
An Erios original.
Powered by Acast.